Hello students, this is Chintan Patel from the Mechanical and Automobile Department of LJIET University. In this video, we are going to look at the welding practicals. Particularly in this particular video, we are going to look at the gas welding. This is one type of a welding, and we are going to start with the aim of this particular practical. So what is the aim of the gas welding? The aim is to join the metal plates together using the gas welding. Now here we are trying to perform the practical at the college level, but in the practically or in the actual conditions, you can perform this practical in different metal components also. So you can also join two metal components together using the gas welding. So this is basic principle or the aim of the metal joining using the gas welding. Which type of a different joints you can perform in this particular gas welding is explained in this figure over here. Different types of the joints which can be performed over here are explained in this figure like this, like in the flat position, horizontal position, vertical position, or the overhead position. Even also you can perform the overhead position also. Axis or the head vertical position, perpendicular direction or swivel direction, like this over here. So these are the different operations that can be carried out using the gas welding. Now we are going to look at the apparatus. The first one is the filler material that you can see over here. This is our filler rod, which is represented like this. So basically, why it is known as a filler rod? Because this rod is melted down due to the flame or due to the heat that we are going to provide to this rod, and this metal rod is going to act as our filler material in the gap that we have provided over here. So this is going to perform as the joint for the two metal components. That is why it is known as a filler rod. Okay. Now this is the welding torch. This welding torch is basically going to provide you the flame through the gas, through the burning of the gases, and that flame will be utilized to generate heat and melt down the filler rod. Another required apparatus is the gas cylinders. So basically, these are the gas cylinders required for the performing of the gas welding. The first one is the oxygen cylinder over here, the smaller one, and this bigger one is the acetylene cylinder. So these two gases are joined together in this particular torch. As you can see, this blue pipe contains the acetylene and this orange pipe contains the oxygen. Both the gases are merged over here through this nozzle. And through this nozzle we are going to generate the flame of oxygen as well as the acetylene mixture. Another required apparatus is the gauges of the cylinder. So as you can see, there are the certain gauges available over through which you can see the different pressures of the gases. Inside pressure of the cylinder, which will help you to understand the availability of the gases, and the outside or the pipe pressure of the gas, that will help you to understand the flow of the gases. So these are the basic apparatus that you need to understand: gauges, gas cylinders, welding torch, and filler rod. Basic instruments are the same for the each and every type of the welding. Now we are going to understand the working of the welding through this figure. So as you can see, the first cylinder is the oxygen cylinder, green or the black cylinder. Through this, the oxygen is supplied in this pipe, and the second one is the acetylene cylinder. Through this, the acetylene gas is supplied through this pipe. Now there are some regulators also provided over here through which you can also regulate the gas flow in the pipe. Now gases are provided in this hose pipe, and gases will be provided in the torch. So torch is something which combines both the gases together in this particular area. So there are also knobs available, knobs or the control valves available, through which you will be able to adjust the flow in a proportionate manner. So whether if you want to increase the flow of the oxygen and decrease the flow of the acetylene gas, then also you can do it using this control valves. So accordingly, the flame will be generated over here at the tip of the torch, which is also known as the nozzle of the torch, and that flame will give you or provide you the heat required to melt down the filler rod. So this is how the this particular gas welding is performed, and now we are going to see the actual practical of this gas welding setup at our premises. So in this next part of the video, you will be seeing the actual working of the gas welding. So basically we are seeing the setup for the gas welding. So this is the basic two tanks in which we have contained two different gases required for the gas welding. First tank contains the oxygen, and here are the different gauges which we will be able to identify the pressure of the oxygen tank. Another is the acetylene. Now this contains the acetylene gas. Basically here also another gauge which will help you to identify the pressure of this particular acetylene gas, which can be supplied by opening this particular key. Now this pipe contains the acetylene and this pipe contains the oxygen. Both pipes connected together and will be supplied together over here in this particular welding torch. Now this is our welding torch where acetylene and oxygen both are supplied together. Now here is a knob with which you will be able to supply the control the supply, and you will be able to supply from this nozzle. So basically this is the welding nozzle through which the gases will be supplied. Another thing which you need to require is this filler material. Basically this filler material is a MS material, and there are also another type of filler materials available like the copper. Basically this is a MS material. This flame torch or this welding torch will create the flame that will melt down this filler material, which will be filled in between the weld joint, and that will create the weld joint. So basically these are the basic setups of this particular welding machinery. Another are the required setup for apparatus for this is a spark or a flame igniter. So with this you will be able to ignite the flame from this particular torch. Another thing is that these are our material which we need to weld together. That will be explained in this particular working in this video. Another things that we would need to require while performing this practical are the basics safety equipments are like this. Now we will see the working of this gas welding in a few minutes.
So now we are going to ignite our flame with the igniter. As you can see, the igniter is going to ignite the flame like this, and we have to adjust the flame in order to adjust the proportion of the gases like acetylene and oxygen. So according to our adjustment and the proportion that we have provided, the flame types will be changing. Now we have adjusted the position of the workpiece like this, and now we will apply the heat on the filler material in order to create the weld by melting down the filler material like this. First of all, when you start the weld, you have to check whether the heat is appropriate or not. So as you can see, we will start it by checking it. So, and according to our requirement, we can always adjust it. As soon as we try to apply the heat to the filler material, it will also apply the heat on the workpiece, which can be seen by the dark shades on the workpiece. If the heat is not sufficient, it will not melt the filler material properly, and that is why you will have to readjust the flame. As you can see, the filler material is taking the heat, but it is not sufficient for the flawless welding, and that's why we are going to readjust the flame by operating the knobs. And now it's ready to weld. So you can see at the proper heat, you will see a melting of the filler material easily, and producing the weld would be very easy as compared to the wrong selection of the flame. So we can create our weld spot here. You can create as many weld spots as you want. Even if you want to create a weld of the certain amount of the length, then also it is possible, but it would be easier to create the longer weld using the another type of the welding, like the arc welding or the MIG welding. So this is how we have created our welding spot using the gas welding.